Hey there, it's Tommy Toole, and we're back with you at How to Get More Out of Your Breakup Than Just Heartache. We are on Module 3, Physical Fitness, and we're talking about eating right. And the big picture, we're going to talk about eat right, and you'll be able to do more. How to win big by simply eating right. All right, and I'm going to give you some tips for healthy eating with kids because we all know that's nearly impossible. How easy it is to eat right, and don't forget your supplements because I'm a big proponent of supplements. All right, tips for eating healthy with kids. I have one major tip, and that is when you get home from the grocery store, don't just put all your groceries away and forget about them. Take the time to stop, chop up your vegetables, make maybe some ranch dip with buttermilk. Ooh, yummy. And put your vegetables in plastic bags after you've washed them and chopped them. And instead of going for the bag of chips and cheese like I have been doing lately, I'm telling you, I just tried this. It was a test, and I love it. Put your stuff in bags. Go for the veggies. When pull out a plastic bag of veggies, of carrots, and pull out your dips. Buy some dips if you want, if you don't make it yourself. But I like the homemade dip stuff. And oh my goodness, you will be so surprised at how happy you be with yourself instead of cheating, on chips after I would be really good at work, and then I come home and I pack on 500 calories in the first half hour, just not even thinking. So that's just my healthy tip. And I have a little short video of something I put together on that healthy tip, and I'll probably do more and add those to my website. But anyway, I just wanted you to see that and get on the bandwagon with, coming home and don't just put your groceries away and forget about them like I do, and then they end up rotting, right? So, ever wonder why some days you have more energy than others? Well, several things factor into the amount of energy you have on any given day. Getting enough sleep is one of them, getting exercise is another, and eating right is the other. And if you are an athlete of any kind, you know your body and you know when you are performing sluggish. All you have to do is think back to one or two meals right before, and boom, you've got your answer for why your workout seems harder than most days. And if you're not an athlete, or maybe you're allergic to exercise, like a sister of mine who will take the easy way and get a shot instead of doing what she's supposed to do, maybe you just don't know how good you can feel with even just a small amount of exercise and good nutrition on a consistent basis. You'll be dancing. So since this is a lesson on eating right, I'm going to skip over the working out part because I covered that already in the Get in Shape chapter. So this one hole that is easy, the one hole that's easy to fall into when you're a busy single parent with kids and they're all in activities or on different schedules, and not having a game plan for dinner can just be a killer. So when we're rolling along just fine and then the hunger hits and we've forgotten to plan out a healthy meal for dinner, that's when we get in trouble. So we weren't strategic with the plan, and that's when the scope creep invades our thinking and we fall into the fast food trap. So, ever try to find a healthy fast food restaurant when you're looking for one and there's nothing decent? After working hard to get in shape, the last thing you want to do is go out and blow it on fast food. So here's my suggestion. When you prepare and plan for your night ahead, when you got Johnny's baseball game and Susie's soccer practice and your workout and you're doing all these things, it's really hard to cook and clean and get everybody on the same schedule. So you're eating out, right? That's what's happening that night. You're just eating out. Screw it. You're eating out. So heck, it's hard with just one thing after work to do. But when you have kids going in different directions, one thing you can do is invest in a cooler and get your game plan and bring some healthy snacks, like I was just talking about, some healthy drinks, and maybe even some, like deli food or something that you've prepared from the day before. Oh, imagine that. I know. It's a pain in the neck. I know. I've been a working mom for a long time. And I don't always do this, but if I'm really prepared and on it, having a cooler and the utensils and paper plates and everything you need for a good healthy night. And the other part of that is having nice containers to put like your fruit in or your sandwiches that you've made for the night, and have that all ready to go. So you'll feel really good about yourself that you're sticking to a budget and your kids are eating healthier and you're not succumbing to the fast food pickle. So, all right. So there are other options, and I'll cover that in a minute because I have some really exciting news for you on meal planning for the busy parent. So we'll get to that in just a minute. But what I want to talk about now is breakfast and lunch. So if you're working out and keeping physically fit, then you probably won't have a problem about breakfast and lunch. You just have to remember to pack it and bring it. And your body naturally will crave the food it needs. And if you fill up on too much of the wrong stuff, you'll begin to feel it when you exercise. So it has to start with what you bring home from the grocery store. So you got to start practicing healthier habits at the grocery store and telling yourself, we really don't need that, or maybe find healthier sweet solutions. But because otherwise, if you don't, you're going to end up like Large Marge here, and you are what you eat. I like this cartoon. It makes me laugh every time. So remember that you can. I this is what I do. I drink my way through coffee in the morning with water and coffee, kind of alternating between the two. And by about 9:30, I usually have like a bowl of fully loaded oatmeal. And oatmeal is really easy to keep at your desk, and just go warm up in the microwave, and you can have a container and it will last you a month if you are careful. So, and I like to just put bananas for the sweetener inside my oatmeal because it makes it sweet and you don't need sugar. And then cranberries and nuts, and if I have some blueberries, if I'm really loaded that day, then it'd be great. And then, and if this is too much, then maybe just boil like 3 or 4 hard-boiled eggs for the week and pop a piece of toast or two in the toaster and bring that with you to work, because the carb and the protein break each other down slower and you stay satisfied longer. So, and then my other trick is I have shelled peanuts at my desk too. So when I'm really hungry, the protein in the peanuts and the sugar is just enough. And when you buy them in the hard shell, that means you have to crack them and you don't eat as many. So a couple little tips there. All right, so it is easy to eat right. And how easy is it? All right, so I wanted to do something a little different in this module because otherwise I'm just kind of telling you stuff that you already know. And everybody knows garbage in equals garbage out. And I wanted to offer you ideas and suggestions because if you're like me, you need someone to point you in the direction and take all the thinking out of meal planning so you can focus on other things. It's not so much, I guess, going to the store and buying all that stuff. It's just what are we going to eat? And it would be really nice if somebody cooked it for me. Yeah. Or somebody put it all together for me and all I had to do was just go home, warm it up. And, that's why fast food is so attractive, right? There's no mess and no fuss. So I'll be the first to admit the thinking part about cooking for what's for dinner drives me absolutely crazy. And I usually don't follow recipes unless I'm just kind of baking a dish around, I don't know, a holiday or something. And it's usually I'm baking. So, and another thing, I hate to grocery shop. So for years I've been saying, can't somebody do this for me? I'd pay somebody handsomely. I'd pay a college kid to come do this. And no college kid ever showed up. So did you know, though, that more and more stores are offering groceries online? Yeah, groceries online. It's the next best thing since sliced bread. I know, huh? I bet you didn't know that Walmart is joining the bunch. Yeah, Walmart. All you have to do is place an order online at walmart.com/grocery. Choose a time slot and your order will be loaded directly into your car. At your local Walmart or some other markets, you can have your order delivered right to your door. OMG. Wow. And when I looked on at my Walmart here in my town, and they're not doing it yet. But they said coming soon, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Because think about it, you never have to step foot in Walmart again, but you get their really good prices. So I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to this stuff. And you get in, get out, and get on it, except you don't have to get in and get out. You just get on it. So cool. And the best part, pickup is free. And as you would expect, though, delivery isn't. So there's usually a charge for having your groceries delivered, and you just can't have it all, but I'll take it for sure. And at the end of this lesson, I've attached a list of places you can go and order your groceries online from, and they will have them ready to either deliver to your car or your doorstep. So check it out, and without a doubt, this list will grow because it's totally the wave of the future. And we can thank our aging baby boomers for this modern convenience. So yeah, go to the list. It's called Special Delivery, and I've got a bunch of healthy meals delivered companies on the webs and their website addresses and what kind of sets them apart, why they're different from each other. And I have some of those. I have the places that delivers groceries online, and some other things in there that I'm going to cover here in just a second. So, who knew that pharmacies make daily deliveries? That's even cooler than, I think. Well, no, it's just as cool. It's up there with the online groceries. But the fact that you can get your pharmaceuticals delivered to you is awesome. When my little ones were, I've known this for a while. There was a kind of a specialty pharmacy in my area that did this, and they were like the only ones doing it. So when my two were little, and I had a need for that every now and then when they were sick and I couldn't get out of the house, and I didn't want to, they were too little to stay home, and I didn't want to ask a neighbor to come in and subject themselves to our bug-infested house, right? I would call on the delivery service. But I guess now a lot of the major pharmacies do this. They have daily deliveries, and I don't think there's a whole lot of hype around that. I don't know that they really market that. So when I called my local pharmacy, they said, oh yeah, we do that, and we do it basically 3 times a week, or if the need is really there and we have the staff, we do it every day. So that is totally cool, because I'm telling you, it's a godsend when you have a kid that's sick and they're puking at the counter there, like my little one did last time we went in. I won't forget this. The pharmacist, she kind of looked at me, and I'm like, do you have a bag, quick? And he started throwing up right there at the counter, because we came right from the doctor's office, and that's what we had to do. So pharmacies that deliver, godsend. All right. I have a side note too. I just want to throw this in there. When you're looking for a sitter, get a sitter who has her own transportation, because when you're out and about and you come home from your date, the last thing you want to do is wake up your kids to have to take the sitter home, or ask your new date to stay with your kids. You don't know too well. Stay with your kids while you run the sitter home. So if you can interview one that's got a parent that will come and get her or him, or they have their own transportation, she win. That's awesome. That's the one you want to keep. All right. So I have something else I wanted to cover with you. Okay, so getting back to eating right, if you can, and I highly recommend you do, get a crock pot and start meal planning on the weekends for the week ahead. I know that takes some thought, and we're going to get out of having to think about what to plan. So there are a bunch of healthy recipe sites available, online. emeals.com, though, is a really good site to start with for saving money and for making meal planning simple. What they do is they prepare all the raw ingredients and send it to your doorstep. And all you have to do is follow the recipe and take all the ingredients they have for you right there and put it together into the meal. So they're offering a 14-day trial. So check that out. It's on the list that I provided. And I put a few other sites together for you with the healthy meals that you can have sent to your doorstep. And it's like having a personal chef for the fraction of the price. And I know it might sound expensive, but really, if you think about the fact that you're not making impulse purchases at the store, and you're not you are having to stick to a budget because you make a list online before you send it in, you end up saving more money and you probably waste less food. So it's kind of it might seem a little expensive, but really if you kind of factor it out, you'd be surprised it probably, and then there's the convenience factor too. So all that, just kind of weigh that out for yourself. If it works for you, cool. So I want to talk a little bit about supplements. I personally believe the best thing you can do for yourself is take a vitamin supplement, because everything I've ever read says how it's just impossible to get all the nutrition you need from food alone. And one of the supplement companies that I learned about back in 2004 was a company by the name of USANA Health Sciences. And I had a friend who was heavy into the network marketing part of this company, and it is a network marketing company. And he convinced me to jump on board and start taking the products. So I did. And I ended up really loving the products, and I became the student of nutrition. And these are the real deal. They're pharmaceutical grade vitamins. And back in 2004, they were like the only company selling pharmaceutical grade vitamins on the internet. And they're the no joke. They turn your pee neon yellow, and they're turbocharge your energy. And they're the granddaddy of all pharmaceutical grade vitamins. And they're called, well, they used to be called the essentials. They've changed their name to the cell essentials to make it more relevant to the whole cell regeneration theme or aspect of what they do. So even their name was serious, and USANA now, as I mentioned, changed the name to the Cell Essentials. So USANA means true life, and it really is a really good product. You can check it out. I have more information on that in the link that I provide. So, but I will tell you my personal experience that within the first week of taking them, I noticed I had a lot more energy. And anyway, back in 2004, when I first started taking them, I would attend these Saturday workshops, and I really got into it and learned a lot. But one thing that I learned, and I stopped doing the business about 8 years ago, and I still take the product every day that I can remember to take it. You know how vitamins are. And just a few years ago, my girlfriend, she's a platinum director, and she's really as high up as you can be in it, and she's a cancer survivor. She's just my go-to person on all this nutrition and supplement stuff. And she told me that Dr. Oz now endorses the Cell Essentials. And if you watch his program at the end of his show, the USANA Cell Essentials will come up as they are a proud sponsor of the Dr. Oz show. So that was really cool. I was doing this before Dr. Oz was. So anyway, I just think that when you take a good vitamin, no matter what you take, and my personal preference is the USANA brand, the amount of energy you have at the end of the day is really the telling factor, which is everything when you're doing the work for two people. So with more energy, my workouts were easier, so I did more. And because I did more, I didn't want to blow it on food that wasn't nutritional, so I ate better. And for all those things, the doing more and eating more, or eating healthier, when I was tired, I was sleeping better. And because I slept better, I was more mentally fit and ready to handle life. So remember what I was telling you about my girlfriend, who's the platinum director. She's as high as you can go. This is Lori Fox. Meet Lori and Dr. Joe Lilly. I have a link to them in my special delivery list and under the supplements. And like as I mentioned, Lori's my go-to girl on everything supplement, and she will walk you through how to get the product and help you get started and get it. You don't have to do the business. I'm not trying to do any of that for you. I'm just saying you can get your own vitamins online, and you can either go through Lori's website that I have linked, and she'll tell you everything you need to know if you have questions, or you can just do it seamlessly from her website all on your own. All right, so just to remind you check out the extras at the end of this lesson that I was talking about. I want to keep this lesson brief because there are tons of information on healthy eating, and my goal was really to be more of a resource guide for this one. So don't forget to check out the extras. I've included some links, and I think they'll really definitely help you keep you on track. Take a good supplement every day, and eat healthy and stay healthy. All right, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video.